Many individuals mistakenly associate trauma bond with bonding over shared traumatic experiences, such as in support groups or group therapy. However, the truth is that trauma bonding is a defining feature of many toxic and abusive relationships, often becoming the primary reason why individuals find it challenging to leave such harmful dynamics. A trauma bond entails a deep emotional attachment that develops towards an abuser, particularly in those who have a history of abuse, exploitation, or emotional codependency in previous relationships. Research conducted by psychologists reveals that victims of abuse often gravitate towards unhealthy relationships and abusive partners because such patterns feel familiar to them. Regardless of whether the relationship is romantic, platonic, or familial, trauma bonds can be easily mistaken for feelings of love and commitment towards the other person. Here are some psychology-supported signs that indicate it is not love you are experiencing, but rather a trauma bond. 1. The person appears charming on the surface. Toxic relationships rarely begin with overt abuse. Initially, the person may exhibit charm, sweetness, care, and seem trustworthy. However, beneath this facade, there may be darker intentions and behaviors. 2. Emotional unpredictability. Abusive partners frequently engage in emotional manipulation, alternating between abusive behavior and acts of kindness, apologies, and promises to change. This cycle of abuse makes it difficult for the victim to recognize the unhealthy nature of the relationship and contemplate leaving. 3. Taking problems out on you. Reflect on how this person responds when faced with bad news or problems. If they tend to lash out and direct their frustrations towards you, even when you are not at fault, it is a clear indication that they do not truly love you. Instead, they exploit the trauma bond to maintain control over you, using you as their emotional punching bag. 4. Isolation from loved ones. While some people might interpret possessiveness as a sign of love, there is a distinct difference between wanting someone around and actively isolating them from other important relationships. If the person becomes angry when you spend time with anyone other than them, or tries to control your social connections by asking you to distance yourself from friends and family, it is a significant red flag. Denying or minimizing abusive behavior. Often, individuals in a trauma bond find themselves constantly downplaying or rationalizing the abusive actions of the other person. They overlook mistreatment and minimize the abuse, telling themselves that it is not as bad as it seems. This behavior serves as a defense mechanism to avoid confronting the harsh reality of being in an abusive relationship. 6. Making excuses for the abuser. When the victim can no longer deny or minimize the abuser's actions, they might start making excuses for them and defending their behavior. They may even begin to feel that they deserve the mistreatment. This pattern of thinking signifies that the individual is trapped in a trauma bond rather than a loving relationship. 7. Emotional numbness. Gradually, you may find yourself feeling emotionally detached and numb. This detachment is often a subconscious coping mechanism to deal with the abuse inflicted by the person you are trauma bonded to. In order to protect yourself from further pain, fear, anger, or heartache, you may disconnect from your emotions, resulting in a diminished vibrancy and expressiveness. 8. Hiding aspects of the relationship. If you start concealing certain aspects of your relationship from others, it is a clear indication that something is seriously wrong. The need to hide the severity of the situation demonstrates loyalty towards an abusive partner, which is a common characteristic of trauma bonding. You might become defensive or even angry when others attempt to intervene and offer help. If you or someone you know is trapped in a trauma bond with an abusive individual, it is crucial to speak out and seek help. Reach out to a mental health care professional or contact relevant authorities who can provide assistance. Remember, breaking free from a trauma bond is possible, and support is available to help you through the process. Have you experienced trauma bond in any of your relationships? Share and engage in the comments. Thank you for your attention, and we look forward to connecting with you again soon. Take care.